So I wasn't even gonna give this like the credence or like the time of day, but it came across my timeline, and it's so funny how things seem to work out. Actually, it's not, because it's all plans, it's all strategy. They watch, they hawk, they know exactly what's going on, and by they I mean AH and her team. Because on the heels of Johnny debuting at Cannes Film Festival and us hearing about that, his trailer dropping, and we're hearing about that. I also think I just saw that Lily Rose Depp is also debuting The Idol at Cannes as well. So, all this good news for Johnny. And then, all of a sudden, out of the blue, we get an article by Variety. Yet again, using Johnny's name in a situation allegedly that has like nothing to do with him. But they put his name in it because why not? Because he's getting all this good press and all this praise, and he's doing better than what anybody could have imagined. And I think that it just goes to show you that these people are so manipulative. They will go to the ends of the earth, and it's like never going to stop. When does it end? Is she going to have this PR company on lock for the rest of her life, and every time Johnny does something good, they're gonna just put out a bullshit article and just stalk his every effing move? And this is not the first time they've done something like this. It's not. Like, he'll get some good news about like his gallery opening, selling out, and a bullshit story. Like, it's just, these people, they will not stop. They're so low. And I actually just tweeted today saying that I had rewatched AH's Cross with Camille Vasquez, and I'm just like, this woman, the audacity of this woman, she really did that. She really effing did that. She got up on the stand, got up every morning, looked at herself in the mirror, and was like, I'm about to get up on this stand and lie my ass off. Lie my ass off, deflect, twist words, not respond to things, just flat out lie. Sniff things in her nose on the stand, not able to shed not one tear, making all types of faces. Like, it was embarrassing, and Camille stayed on her, and I loved it. And I just think that she did an awesome job. So I was so happy that like they made her partner and all that good stuff. Anyway, but it just goes to show how like the media, how these how Amber has this team behind her, and I just feel like, when is it ever going to end? You conceded already, like everything is signed, like it's done, it's a wrap. Like, go on about your life. Go on about your life. You could have had a life with Johnny. You could have been riding up with him on those little boats into the canal on the red carpet, and you could have been there. He would have tried. I believe he if it wasn't like physical like that, I feel like he would have tried. I think he did have true love for her, and like, I don't know why, or maybe no, eventually it would have ended because she just is completely whacked the F out. But yeah, it's so slimy. You can't let the man, they didn't even give him 24 hours to bask in the glow, before boom, bullshit. Or like, can we get 24 hours? Y'all are that pressed, y'all are that upset. So I wanted to look at the article because I just saw the headline and I was like, you've gotta be effing kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. So hold on. And I know that she can't be still doing this off the backs of that PR guy. I think his name was like Shane or something. And he has a sketchy past against women, and all that came out in the mix, and she was using him, yet claimed to be such a victim. Just BS upon BS upon BS. So I have the article up, and the article states, French director and Johnny Depp collaborator May Wen, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, sued for assaulting journalists. But nowhere is Johnny having done anything. Just off the bat, because you can see it says Johnny Depp collaborator. He has nothing to do with it. They literally threw his name in there just to make a frenzy and make a scene and make a whatever. And in the comments and in me making this video, obviously it's done that. But because it's just appalling that people would spend money, that AH would spend the money, or that Variety would take the money to have her PR team come up here and put Johnny's name in a story that has absolutely nothing to do with him. Absolutely nothing to do with him. Literally less than 24 hours after his good news. Like, do you not have a life? Like you owe so much money. Or does she owe any anymore? I think it may have been settled. But you still have bills. You owe all this money and you want to pay a PR team to do this BS for you that is so transparent of what you're trying to do. And all the comments are saying it. Like, how much did AH team's PR team pay you to write this? To add Johnny's name into an incident. Where's the proof? And he wasn't even there. Wasn't even involved. Had nothing to do with it. And then it said, you spelled Maywan's name wrong. Fabulous journalism. It's very much lazy journalism because they just... These people make my mind numb. And they just get away with it. But I'm just thankful in the comments that everybody is just like not having it. Not having it. But Variety was one of those magazines anyway, when everything was going on, always had the stories slated towards Amber. So I don't know why we're surprised. Again, his name for traffic. That's the only way you show the whole world how pathetic you are. Why is Johnny's name the headline? Very unprofessional and borderline shady. It is shady. Way to keep it down low, Variety. At a time when Hollywood needs institutions to deserve the focus on all the positivity, I guess you can't resist. And what? This is Johnny's fault? Could it be that people do not realize that the media and the feminists only attack Johnny Depp because they do not like Amber Heard defamed him? They do not like that Amber Heard defamed him and the media is her accomplice. They are her accomplice. They very much are her accomplice. This is called desperation. Abso-effing-lutely. Like, she crawled out of whatever hole she was in and made her call, Johnny's going to con. Johnny's going to con. You must make a fuss. Make a fuss. Put out something. I can't. Like, in hysterics. And then they came up with this BS. It's laughable and it's pathetic. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a great release. The trailer was absolutely beautiful. Setting, costuming, Johnny speaking French. I finally did get to see a trailer that had the English subtitles, so that was great. I know that he's just like, whatever. I'm sure his team didn't even notify him about this BS because they're just like, he's probably like, don't tell me anything about that B unless it's something extreme. But other than that, I don't even speak her effing name. Don't even speak her name. So yeah. And another thing, these PR people, you know, media and everything, they're so smart. Because they know when we're scrolling, we're just scrolling, doing whatever. And we're kind of glancing, you know, looking for something that really catches our attention. And so as you're glancing, they know that you're going to see in this headline, Johnny Depp, the words Johnny Depp and assault. And like, just off a glance, those words are going to pop out at you naturally. And so then just being humans, without even having read anything, we're putting together this narrative in our mind based off of like past whatever of what's happening. Johnny Depp's in some type of other assault. And that's just not fair because like, what is the point? This man has been through enough and I feel like they don't have any sympathy at all. Like, you literally went through a whole case and trial. It was there for everybody to see. I just watched it again, The Cross. Like, it's public information. If they really cared to put the truth out there and make it a fair story, they would do it. But it's clear that their intentions are to like manipulate and to put false narratives out. simply to make a buck. And it's just, the media really doesn't have any integrity at all, and it's really sad. And you really have to pinprick who you get your information from, like, because you don't know like what's slated what way. And it's just, the world we live in is so crazy. And I love social media. I think it's a great outlet, but at the same time, there's so much information coming in at us at so many, like, all the time, that it's like, it's a lot sometimes. So I guess it's good to like take a break and just like push it all to the side sometimes, because we're being fed so many narratives, so many stories, and it's just like, what the fuck is even going on? But that's all I really wanted to say, because they're still at it. They're still at it, and I think that they're going to be at it for forever because Johnny's name is always going to make a splash, and he's going to keep doing great things, and then they're going to keep putting out BS stories, and that's just the way it's going to go. So maybe if we don't give it the time or attention, it'll stop. Probably not, but we'll see. I'll see you guys a little bit later. Bye. So, mini history lesson for myself. Like, Madame du Barry, like, I didn't really know who she was, but I knew she was a mistress. But like, now it's clicking, because I went on Google and I typed in who she was, and I was like, oh, I watched Marie Antoinette. So Louis the King, who was the father of who she was married to, I forget all the Louis and their numbers, but I remember Kirsten didn't want to talk to this woman who was the mistress of her father, well, her, I guess, you know, her father-in-law and the king, because she was a mistress, and she called her du Barry, and I'm like, so that was that Madame du Barry. And then I learned here on Google that she was his last mistress, and that she was executed via guillotine. Done. Because she was accused of treason. And then it says, why did Marie Antoinette not like Madame du Barry? Marie Antoinette was less than impressed with Madame du Barry when she learned that not only was her position at court brought, but her appointment was made to become the king's favorite. While this was all very well for Louis the 16th? I do not know my Roman numbers. The young Archduchess and now Dauphine was repelled. Oh. So she was banished after the king died, and then she was guillotined. The fact that they did that stuff back in the day, it's just effing cruel, like savage shit. Like, oh my goodness. So I learned something today. That's always good. But okay, I'm actually going now.